you laughing?
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey.
It's a wrap.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Ready! 18 Gator.
Mike's 50. What's the run? Hey, they're running it.
Get it.
Throwing on first down, Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
He's coming.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Let's go!
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Yeah, he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Third catch for him on his drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
59.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
A little bit of humor. You got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Ready, ready.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Go. Now
a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We own any weapon. We own them. Go.
To throw on 3rd down. Jones got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside.
Let's go,
10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence. When in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crappy veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On the ready.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Down to lose 1.
At the 44-yard line.
Coming. Hit it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Hit it.
50. Mike 50. 55. 55.
Let's go.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Topper!
2nd and 5 now. Jones. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Come on,
Jones now,
50,
after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Let's go.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Check 50. Check 50.
Ready, ready.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
All day, just
Yeah,
like
these
that.
one-handed
Just
catches.
like that.
That was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-ho.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Christian Kirk, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive coming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A tight one. 8-7 our score after one on EA Sports.
Man out, man out, man out, man out. Mike, what?
Second and 5.
Hey, here we go.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line.
Here we go.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line.
Check 3.
Looking to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Check. Off. Check safety.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, it still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's second and 10 now for the 35. Throwing Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
50. Mike 50. We don't want this.
Sit up.
Hey, check. Mike 50.
Now.
Jones now throwing on third and long. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
That's it, baby. That's it.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A very good return that time.
Let's go.
18 yards. And the Texans will take over with a first and 10. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think they're going to play better than that. So their confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. They'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you get the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. Left side, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Kill. Come first.
They'll set up to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, he's got a couple more downs to play with.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go.
They look to throw here. Caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. 2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. They'll come out in the pistol.
Check, 59. They're not ready for this, man.
2nd and 1.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Dancing to his left. This is caught. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here we go.
They're going to look to throw.
Watch one.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 3 yards out. And Texans push further out in front. Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Check. Crunch.
Switch. Whip. Watch the whip.
Hunt. 64. Weak. Okay.
Check.
They're going to try and run. And he is going to come up empty here as they stop him short of the goal line. And this will remain a one-score game as the lead holds at 7. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark it down at the 49. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
60 Pittsburgh. 50, check my 50. Recon, 132 fighter.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Jones now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Jones operating from the gun. It's caught. Smith. And he gets it down to the 32. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
60 out.
First down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
We ain't giving them nothing.
Smith has it.
Yo, back.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Ready, set.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
You can't block me.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 25 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go. Ready.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now back to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Let's get off the field, D.
Back to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allow the defender to gain some ground from a long distance and have a chance.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Nice job, bro.
An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans push further out in front.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there, but the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
General West.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Come on, fellas.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
Now, it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one going. A gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Shoot.
Now Jones on first down. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Given 9 there, the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, the second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. He'll drop to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Pick! Nice pick!
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it. And his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Yo!
On first down, Jones. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
Ready.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
It's just me and you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. Jones. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, and certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down and goal.
And his kick is indeed good, and that's going to tie things at 20. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 30, 10, touchdown, Houston. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards.
Touchdown!
And the Texans have taken the lead.
Touchdown, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, set.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
On the ready.
But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Jones now. Going to throw again. He's got Smith here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game. They create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. Let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Looking to throw. Jones. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides,
let's go, baby.
No flag.
Let's go.
Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Well, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on.
Back to throw.
Out.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he stopped immediately there.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
I got it.
From the red zone now, he'll look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Texans push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get off the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
It wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Here we go.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I'm going to hit you all
And
day,
now,
baby.
defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
60 outlaw.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts
70,
as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
His defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. He's got a man, complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Ready?
Jones operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
Let's get this. Let's get this.
And this one complete to Smith. He's at the 30. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch one. All right, T, let's go.
So Mike's number 1, Mike's number 1.
You don't want none of that. Give me it. Pick up the same one. Watch out.
Looking to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.